Page 46. At the same time, he was anxious. If he was to be trapped in a cage, how could he get back to his motorcycle? The screen door creaked as it opened, and Ralph found himself looking through the net at a room with long work tables and walls lined with shelves full of boxes, jars, and odds and ends. Seated on a bench were three girls who were busy braiding with long, thin strips of colored plastic. They appeared to ignore the boy until the woman rummaged around on the shelves and produced a small wire cage with an exercise wheel inside and a bottle for water fastened at one end. Suddenly, the girls were interested. "What's the cage for, Aunt Jill?" asked one of them, as all three jumped up from the bench. "Garf caught a mouse in his butterfly net," explained Aunt Jill. "He wants to keep it." "In a butterfly net?" The girls found this feat funny. Let me see," they begged. Ralph found himself being poked out of the net and into the cage. The door was closed behind him and fastened. He scurried behind the exercise wheel, where he sat trembling, partly from fright and partly from relief at being safe from the cat. "Isn't he a darling?" cried the girls, their faces large and close to the cage bars. "Isn't he sweet? Those teeny tiny ears! Look at those itsy bitsy paws!" Ralph looked for help toward the boy, who had stepped aside and now stood scowling beside the screen door. "Aunt Jill, can we feed the mouse?" begged the girls. "Please, let us feed him." Ralph turned his back and curled up into the smallest possible ball. "The mouse belongs to Garfield," said Aunt Jill. "He gets to feed his own mouse." "Skip it." Ralph thought Garf sounded angry. He heard the boy's footsteps leave the craft shop and the screen door screech and slam as it opened and closed. "What's the matter with him?" asked one of the girls, who sounded as if she did not really care. "Girls, do you know what I think we should do?" asked Aunt Jill. "I think we should all help Garfield enjoy camp. This is his first time away from home, and he doesn't know anyone here. I think he's lonely." "But he's mean," protested the girl with the sunburned nose. "He just stays off by himself." "There's nothing mean about that," Aunt Jill pointed out. "I know," admitted the girl, "but I don't know. Anyway, Garf is a funny name." "Maybe he doesn't think so," said Aunt Jill. Ralph could feel one of the girls trying to poke her finger through the bars of his cage. "At meals, he won't talk or sing," she said, jabbing Ralph with a stick. "He just eats, and then he gets up and walks out." Ralph tried to draw himself into a tighter ball. "See, he's outside, just standing there," said another girl. "He practically never talks to anybody." Aunt Jill lifted Ralph's cage up onto a shelf in the corner near a window. Catching a mouse in a butterfly net is certainly doing something, she remarked. I think Garf should take care of the mouse. Ralph made up his mind not to budge. If he stayed perfectly still, sooner or later, they would all go away and let him enjoy peace and quiet in his nice, safe cage. Then maybe Garf would come back. He might even think of bringing a corner of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Then Ralph would simply explain to Garf that he needed to get out of the cage because he had to take care of his motorcycle. He was quite sure that Garf could understand, for he looked like the kind of boy who was interested in speed and motorcycles, and who would know how to make a miniature motorcycle go.